I said, you're here because you want to believe that he was here for a purpose. Everybody wants to believe that. So I said, you're here because your father didn't use a condom. I had a doctor come over to our tours. Sometimes I get people coming over from all over the world to the Venus Project to find out what it's about. The doctor says, we have eyes to see with. That's the propaganda you get in school. You have eyes and you see. I said, you really believe you have eyes to see with? He said, certainly. So I took him in a dark room and said, see. You see, you have to turn the lights on. Then you can't see with your eyes. You need light to see. You have to know those things before you make any decision. The most difficult thing for people to say is, I don't know. Sometimes when you don't have any answers, how did the earth begin? Where did life come from? I don't know. Or you say a guy up in the clouds made a man and a woman. And then he told he had a snake that walked upright, according to the Bible. And the snake said, eat of the fruit of knowledge. And she did. He kicked them both out. Where's this all-loving God? He kicked them on the head and slammed the gate shut. Where's this all-loving God? God is as dumb as the people that invented him. God is more like man. A dummy. Yes.
Right now, the energy that we're feeling with the condition, because some of us aren't quite clear whether or not you believe in depopulation or whether or not the Venus Project is more of a blueprint and idea that could work and transform, or whether it's something spontaneous. And basically, my final point is the transferring from a economic system that we have now to
Very good.
Yes. In my opinion, we see many cool increments along the way, like switching back to a reality-based economic something physical and healthy.
Okay.
So, two questions, again, one, your position on depopulation. Your position on depopulation, I'd like to know your position on that, and your position on the incremental transference from this economic system to the resource economy that the top line is going.
Okay, I can try to answer it. I don't always know whether I can give the person a suitable answer. He will have to let me know that. I can only say this. If we fail to base our designs on not the architect's ego, or not any president's ego, but base your design on human need. For example, when you have 1,000 passengers on an ocean liner, the person knows how much water to order and how much food to order if he knows how many passengers. If he doesn't, he can't do it. We can't build a nation unless we understand what makes people the way they are. Sometimes, when I get a chance to, I've asked thousands of artists, how is it that you do it so well? The answer I usually get, I don't know. I've been drawing for years. It just seems to come to me. They don't know. I asked a child, how do you walk? Say a child about 10. He says, I used to crawl and I got up and I fell over until I learned to balance myself. That didn't tell me how he walked. So I tried to make a robot when I was 17. It kept falling over and I couldn't make it walk right. So I said to myself, what is walking? He said, I don't know. Something I do, I don't know. So I got up like this, I had to turn up, I got up and I said, what is walking? I don't know. So I tried to walk.
Mike check!
No, I have to take the weight off one leg and free it and move it that way. Then I take the weight off this and put it on this side and head it that way. Then I built the first floor. When I made operational definitions of the word I used, If a person says to me, there's not enough love in the world or kindness, I think they mean well. How will you do that? I don't know. Then shut up. Unless you have a way of solving those problems. Now, people said, are some people naturally born inventors? Are they naturally born or are they made? So I went on a hunt. This is almost 75 years ago. And I asked, how do people invent things? Well, they said that in the Bible it says people tried to build a tower to heaven, and God got angry, and He made you speak French and you Italian, you Greek, so that people couldn't talk to each other. And that's what the Bible says where language came from. And this is where language comes from. Somebody banged their elbow, oh, and ate something good, language is the sounds you made. Somebody makes into experience. And they're cumulative. So different tribes speak different language. Nobody invents language. You can't invent language. You have to have a language before you can even think of a language. Do you understand what I'm saying? Nobody, this is going to be hard to understand, so I'll go easy with you. Nobody ever invented anything. And so I had the assistant to the dean at Princeton came to some of my seminars for 2 weeks. And he said, you think so differently. Would you mind coming to the sociology department at Princeton and present your ideas? I said, they wouldn't listen to me if I did. I have no credentials. So he said, well, I'll get him to listen to you. So anyway, he did set it up. But the title of the presentation was Man Can Think or Reason. The reason I gave it that title is to make everybody angry at the university, so they all want to come, instead of just the sociology department. And that did make everybody angry. So when I got in the auditorium, it was jammed with members of different classes, engineering, chemistry, optics, physics. They were all there. And this guy got up and said, I take issue with you. I think man can think for a reason.
Okay.
So I said, give me one example, one of a man thinking. He said, there are thousands of examples. I said, I can't do anything to that. See if you can think of something man thought. He said, well, there was a time when there was no camera. Somebody had to think of a camera. This is what he brought up. So I said, did you know 1,000 years ago, if you lived in a clay hut, they had no glass windows. And if you made a little hole in the clay, if a cow was walking outside or a person and the sun was out, that cow would appear on your wall upside down. How many of you do that? If you go into a barn that's dark, and there's one little knot hole, and the sun is out, the cows will appear walking upside down on your wall in the barn. That's where the pinhole camera came from. It didn't come from somebody's mind. And then I began to wonder, gee, how does a man think of something brand new? How did Edison invent the electric light? Well, this is according to Edison, how he did it. He was running electric current, which existed long before Edison made the electric light. He ran current through different wires. Now, some of the wires would get red hot and glow. Oh, gee, you wasn't looking for that. You just wanted the conduction, how much resistance different metal offered. And when it would glow, he found some metals would glow brighter than others. So he bent it like the letter U and used it as a light. And he put it on his desk, and it fell over and burned a lot of his paper. And he took a glass with water in it and put the glass over it so it wouldn't fall. And how many can do that? The brain can't invent electric light. You can't sit down and say, I think I'm going to invent electric light. Then they say Tesla invented the wireless. How can a man living in a world where everything has a wire to make it think of a wire? It's not possible. Here's where Tesla got it. If you take a coil of wire and run an electric current through a coil, where the coil number, when you bought it from the electric store, they gave you a coil of wire. When you tested it with a battery, you ran the current through it. If you put another coil nearby, it induced the current in that without any connection. How did you do that? It's called induction. That's where Tesla got it from. Nobody ever thought of anything brand new. I asked an American Indian, who invented the bow and arrow? You know, my great-grandfather